Bonjour tout le monde, this is a remote learning initiative by Shet Vidya Mandir High School, Vasai. Myself Shikta Pete, French teacher. This video is for class 8th, lesson number 9, Hier, video part 2. So let's begin. In continuation with the chapter, in the last video, we had done with how we are going to conjugate the passé composé. Now passé composé meaning past tense in English. Okay, now it has certain formation, that is the subject plus you are going to conjugate the auxiliary verb être or avoir and the past participle. Okay, so in the past participle er verbs changes, you have to take out the er and put a e aigu. Re, you have to take out re and you have to add an u, and for ir verbs you have to take out the ir and add an I. Okay, these are for regular IR, ER and RE verbs. But there are also irregular verbs. To all these irregular verbs you all have to memorize, because there is no as such formation for ER, RE or IR regular verbs. Okay, like this we have done. So as I with the examples you have learnt in the last video, that is hier, ils ont vu un beau film, meaning they saw a good film. So as I told you, you will not be going according to the they have seen. Okay, it should be like in a proper past tense in English, that is they saw a good film. Is it clear? So we have done with the affirmation of the passé composé. Now we will be doing the negation au passé. Now to form the negative sentence in passé composé, we put the conjugated auxiliary être or avoir between the ne and pas, followed by the past participle of the main verb. So means you are not going to get confused, because there will be two verbs. First is the auxiliary verb and the second is the past participle. So basically what do? We put the ne before the verb and pas after the verb. So now since two verbs are being together in one sentence, you are not going to put the ne before the auxiliary and pas after the participe passé. For that you have to do the proper learning over here. So what is the learning? That the subject plus ne plus être or avoir. Since now être you all are not learning, you all are only learning the avoir. So it has to be ne before the avoir and pas after the avoir. Got it? And plus the past participle of the verb plus the object. For example here, il n'a pas bu de lait. So instead of il n'a bu pas, it has to be il n'a pas. You are going to put the ne pas for the auxiliary verb, that is the avoir. Clear? So it has to be il n'a pas bu de lait. Now why it is de lait? Because it's a quantity due, and when it changes into negation it has to be the. So elle n'a pas lu ce journal. Okay, elle n'a pas lu ce journal, meaning they didn't read the journal. What is the journal? Is the newspaper. Is it clear? So here also they have conjugated for the auxiliary verb ne and pas, and the lu is the past participle, that is after the pas conjugation. Is it clear? Now when you put the interrogation, how are you going to do this? The intonation, il a travaillé, tu es allé au cinéma hier soir. Now these are the interrogation words. Now for the est-ce que, what are you going to do? For the est-ce que, the same affirmative sentence, you are not going to put the inversion, like est-ce qu'il a eu son paiement. Got it? Means he had his payment. Or est-ce que tu as trouvé sa trousse? Did you find her, or did she tu as trouvé sa trousse means did you find her compass. Got it? So here they have not inversed, means est-ce que as-tu? No, est-ce que tu as, because for est-ce que you are not going to do the inversion, it has to be in a proper affirmation interrogation sentence. Now for the inversion, what are you going to do? While using inversion of the subject pronoun and the verb in passé composé, we invert the conjugated auxiliary verb avoir and the subject pronoun and add a hyphen in between the two. Means now for example you are going to now when it is not a interrogation sentence, it is a simple sentence. As-tu volé ce sac? Did you steal, or you stole this bag? Okay, so when it is interrogation you are going to inverse it. It becomes as-tu vole sasak. So the auxiliary verb has to be inversed. Atil vulu participe. Okay. So what is vulu here? Vuluar. Vuluar is a wish. She wished to participate. Clear? Or here it is, did she wish to participate? La negatio. For using negation in the inversion in passé composé, we put the inverted auxiliary verb and the subject pronoun in between the ne, pas. Tu n'as jamais mangé d'escargot. You never ate. Escargot is the snails. Okay. Now here what it is for using negation in inversion in passé composé. What are you going to do? Now here tu n'as jamais mangé d'escargot. Put the inverted auxiliary verb and the subject pronoun in between the ne pas. Est-ce que je n'ai pas fini mes devoirs? N'a-t-il pas joué du piano hier? Okay, so here what are you going to do is ne will be. Now for example in first, tu n'as jamais mangé. So here again ne and apostrophe. It will be before the as because you are going to this negation in question. So you did not or you never eat the snails. So the never eat, never will be before, or you did not will be before the auxiliary verb. So it has to be new. Tu n'as jamais. Est-ce que je, so here also est-ce que je n'ai pas. So here also they have put the negation in for avoir. That is the auxiliary verb. Je n'ai pas fini mes devoirs. N'a-t-il pas joué du piano hier? Okay, so again here a-t-il. A is the auxiliary verb for il. So they have put the ne before the a and pa after the il part. Is it clear? So the next class will be doing the next part. So I want you all to please practice this. Formation is very important. Start writing this 2 to 3 times so that it will be in your mind whenever you write them into answers. Is it clear?